Good morning, dear students. The next topic that we are going to study is about the government company. A government company is established under the Indian Companies Act 1956 and is registered and governed by the provisions of the Indian Companies Act. These are established for purely business purposes and is in true spirit compete with the companies in the private sector. So these type of companies are there. So the companies have started by the provisions of the Companies Act 1956. So the Companies Act was made in the year 1956, and based on that, these companies have been started. So in the statutory corporations, when we studied that there is a particular act is made for a particular company. One statutory corporation is there, then this one for particular one company itself one act is made. But here there is no any particular act for each company. All the companies are having the same act. So Companies Act 1956 that is passed, and all the rules and regulations regarding running a company is given in that. And all the government companies or all the companies has to follow the rules and regulations given in that. Okay, so all the companies can follow those rules and regulations. There is no any particular act is not required. According to Indian Companies Act 1956, a government company means any company in which not less than 51% of the paid capital is held by the central government or any state government, or partially by central government and partially by one or more state governments. Okay, so according to the Companies Act 1956, the company can be called as a government company is the one which is having 51%, more than 50%. Okay, that is the meaning of that. So 51% means that majority of the shares. So if one company, government is holding the majority of the shares, okay, 51% of the shares are held by the central government or state government, or half means some by central government and some by the state government. So maybe one state or many states together. Okay, so such kind of a company is called as a government company. So the major shareholder will be government. Okay, so that is why it is called as the government company. The remaining portions can be public. Okay, any person can purchase the remaining portion or remaining shares. 49% of the shares can be distributed to the public. People can purchase the shares. Anybody can purchase a share, even the other companies or even private individuals. Everybody can purchase the shares. So, but major shareholder will be always the government. Okay, 51% of the shares are held by. It is not necessary that exactly 51 will be there. Sometimes it may be 70% or 60%. Or maybe more than 51, at least 51%, more than 51% of shares are required or have to be held by the government. From the above definition, it is clear that the government exercises control over the paid up share capital of the company. The shares of the company are purchased in the name of the President of India. Since the government is the major shareholder and exercises control over the management of these companies, they are known as the government companies. So the government companies, the 51% of the shares are held by government, and these shares are purchased in the name of the President of India. So those shareholder and the owner of the shares of this one will be the President of India. It means it is made in the name of the President of India. Okay, and it is owned by the government. It is a part of the government company. So when they are writing, so like Indian government like that, we cannot write. Any name has to be mentioned there. So for that they are using the name of the President. Okay, it is in the name of the President of India. So these companies are held by the government. And since they are having the major shareholder, the government is the major shareholder, so the government can influence or government can have impact in the business. Okay, so this is about the government companies. Some of the government companies, for example, if we say like BHEL, HMT, Maruti Udyog Limited, all these type of companies are there. There are lot amount of companies. which are held by the government. Earlier, many companies were there which is held by the government earlier, and now some of these companies have been privatized. Okay, so the government is selling out the shares of these companies, some companies, and making it privatized. See, if you like, if 51% of the shares are held by government, means that it is a government company. When this will become, it's like if one company 51% is by government and 49% is by private people. Okay, any persons are there, so then this is called as a government company. But when these 2% shares are transferred here, then this will become 49 and this will become 51. Okay, so this will not become a government company. Okay, so if a government wants to reduce, privatize it, then they have to sell only just 2% of it. Not they are maybe selling to 10% or 20% like that. But if they sell to 2% of the shares to private individuals or the majority, so now the majority is in the public, not in the government. But in here, this case is that government is having the larger number of shares. You understand? So here, majority of the shares are held by the government. So that is why it is called as a government company. But when it is transferred to the private, then that will become a private company. Okay. So it will become a public company. We cannot call it as a private company. Private company means that 100% of the shares has to be held by the private itself, people, individuals. Okay. So now let us discuss about the features. Government companies have certain characteristics which makes them distinct from other forms of the organizations. These are discussed as follows. So now let us discuss the features of the government company. It is an organization created by the Indian Companies Act 1956. Okay, so this government company is following the regulations of the Companies Act. The 1956 is the year given, but after that also there are so many amendments or new changes are there. So in different years the changes have been taken place. So based on that, this will be varying. The company can file a suit in a court of law against any third party and be sued. Okay, so this government company is also just like it is a legal entity is there. So it has got all the rights or all the legal formalities are there. So this company can file case against any third party, or any third party can file case against the company also. So this company, if any problems are there, the company can file case against other companies or even to the private individuals, any person. If any kind of issues are there, then they can file case in the court. The company can enter into a contract and can acquire property in its own name. So another this one is that it can make a purchase property in the name of the company. So company can purchase product or property in the name of the company, and also it can enter into the contracts with the name of the company, mentioning the name of the company. The management of the company is regulated by the provisions of the Companies Act, like any other public limited company. So the management, all the rules and regulations are given as per the Companies Act, just like the other public limited companies. All the public companies have to follow the Companies Act, and the government company is also just like a public company. The employees of the company are appointed according to their own rules and regulations as contained in the Memorandum and Articles of Association of the company. The Memorandum and Articles of Association are the main documents of the company, containing the objects of the company and its rules and regulations. So the main document that the company is having is called as the Memorandum and Articles of Association. There are two documents. One is a Memorandum of the company as well as the Articles of Association. Two documents are there. Those two documents have to be maintained, and all the rules and regulations, details regarding or appointment of new employees, or if they want to send out one employee, all the rules and regulations are mentioned in the memorandum as well as the Articles of Association. So then they have to follow these type of rules. Okay. These companies are exempted from the accounting and auditing rules of and procedures. An auditor is appointed by the central government, and the annual report is to be presented in the parliament or the state of legislature. So just like other companies, the auditing and rules are exempted, but an auditor is appointed by the central government. The government will be appointing an auditor, and he will be handling the accounts of the company, all the things they will be verifying, and one auditor will be appointed by the government, and he will be handling all the activities there. The government company obtains its fund from the government shareholders and other private shareholders. It is also permitted to raise funds from the capital market. So the government company can raise fund. The fund or the capital of the company is from the government, and even government shareholdings and other private shareholdings. So it is also permitted to raise funds from the capital market. So as I told you, 51% of the shares are held by government, remaining shares are held by the private individuals or private shareholders. So the government company has the power to collect money from the capital market. There are also like stock exchanges are there, and the company, if they want to sell their shares in the capital market, then they can list the company's name in the share markets, and people can purchase the shares from the share market. Okay, so this that will be of 49% of the shares. Remaining shares will be with the government. Okay, so some part of the shares will be with the shareholders or other shareholders also. Okay, so these are the features of the government company. So we have studied about what is a government company and the some of its features. Okay, so you have to study about this one. This is a very important topic that we have to study. So what is a government company, that we have to clearly understand. Okay, so if you don't have a clear idea about that, then you have to study about it, and that is about it. And the remaining features are the next topics are there, like merits and limitations and so on of the companies there, that we will study in the next class. Okay, thank you so much.